and it was very, very popular. So I'm going to bring it back because some of you might have missed it. It's one of those items, I'll be honest, I would never have thought of, but I think it is a necessity. If you heat your home with propane, or if you've got any propane gas combustible things, like we've got a little fire pit. It's not really a fire pit, it's more of like a fire effect on our front porch, and that uses a propane tank. Barbecue grills use propane tank. My motorhome, everything in there is powered by propane. My refrigerator and my stove. This is like a super nose. Propane by itself does not have an odor. Companies that sell propane add an ingredient into it to make it smell, in hopes that if you have some kind of a leak, same is true with natural gas, that you'll be able to detect it. Well, the fact of the matter is our noses are nowhere near as subtle as this is. And at $24.65, it might be something, quite frankly, that you buy and you never really need. But I'd rather you had it at home if you did need it than to need it and not have it. You're going to see a lot of Sean Pickford today. In fact, Sean, why don't we just make you a host today, officially? Because the entire next hour, Sean and I are going to be talking about power tools from our friends at Sunjoe. This is like, this is as strong as a bloodhound's nose would be. And it's searching for one thing and one thing only, that's natural gas.
Right. Yeah, that's what it does. It looks whether you have propane, natural gas, or butane. This will sniff it out and let you know, okay, you're right. There is a leak. Something's not right. So you can call whoever it might be to come out and take care of it. As we said earlier, I had a brand new heater put in just before the holidays. Went downstairs and I was like, I smell something. Took my little gas leak detector down there and was able to pinpoint exactly where the leak was. And the repair guy came out and he's like, I don't smell anything. You don't have a leak. So I said, watch. And as I pulled this out, he started to laugh because he said, wow, look at this. I have the exact same tool in my toolkit. So it was able to detect the leak. Now I turned it on right now. This guy's beeping. So every 7 seconds, it reads the air in the room. I'm in my garage right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little butane propane tank here and I'm going to turn it on, but I'm not going to light it. So I'm just going to let some of the gas come out. Okay. And as the gas comes out, you can see
it already went
this
to the
guy
red.
starts.
Yep.
Yeah, it's already reading it. So it gives you the audible sound of the beeping, but it also gives you the visual too. So that way, you know, all right, I did find the leak. So whether it's your propane tank for your gas grill, whether it's your stove in your home, whether it's your gas log fireplace, this can help give you peace of mind. Look, I hope that it's one of these tools where that if you buy it, you never have to use it. But in case you do, and in my case, it was instant peace of mind because I could have walked away and thought, nah, there's not really a gas leak, and something could have happened. But I was able to pull this out and reassure what I was smelling with my nose. Like you said, they put that little, it's almost like rotten eggs to me, is what they put in there, the odor. And I was able to say, all right, you know what? I have a leak. So I called the heater company. They were out there within an hour. They said, open the doors, ventilate it and everything. So, you know, peace of mind to me is worth everything. And in this case, that's what my General Tools gas leak indicator did for me.
Yeah, well, again, if you're heating your home with propane or natural gas, or your range is a gas range, you may then also have a gas water heater and a gas dryer.
Yes, I have all of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways that gas can leak. If you were to walk over to your range right now and turn it on and sniff around, you may or may not even smell the gas. This thing can't miss it. When Sean told me the story about his furnace, again, he was able to pinpoint exactly where on the line the gas was coming from, because this gives you, it's like a stoplight. If you're in a green level, you're fine. If you're in a yellow, you've got a problem. If you're in the red, that's time for you to get out. The symptoms of breathing in natural gas are remarkably similar to those of having a head cold. You get a headache, it causes congestion, sometimes you get burning in the eyes, but there's people who may very well be in a home that's consistently leaking gas, that they're not feeling well, and it has nothing to do with viruses or germs or anything else. It's the gas leak itself.
Right.
So
yeah, and this is a great way to give you that peace of mind that,
Yep.
you know what, I'm not quite sure. This is telling me that I'm sure. Now I need to call somebody, make sure that everybody's safe in your family and all, because let's face it, we've all seen those things on TV where there's a gas leak in someone's home and they didn't know. It can be catastrophic results. We don't want that for anybody here. But again, we hope you never have to use it, but in case you do, to me, this is peace of mind, because I do not put on the soapy water when I put the propane tank on every time I refill it. I just assume that it doesn't leak. Well, now I don't have to assume it doesn't leak. I
Yeah.
test it with this. I know everything is nice and safe.
Well, you know how cheap I am. We've been friends for 30 years. To exchange a propane tank where I live is $27.
Yeah, it's 25 here.
And
So-
I almost guarantee you that by the time we get into summer, that price is going to be even higher. And
Most
you're
likely.
paying for all of that gas.
Right.
By the way, if I got it real quick, I'll give you a quick tip. I know you know this, Sean, but if you want to know how much propane you've got in those white cylinders that you rent, get hot water, doesn't have to be boiling hot, just the hot tap water, and pour it into a pitcher. Take your propane tank and pour the water over the top so that it spills over and runs down. And about 5 seconds later, put your hand on it where you ran the water and run your hand from the top, you know how it's a bubble, down to the bottom. You'll feel a line of demarcation of coldness.
Right.
And it's noticeably colder. When you feel that cold, that's where the top level is for your liquid propane.
Yeah.
Because what it
So-
does, propane will pull the heat out of that hot water right through the tank. But it'll still be much colder than the air that's above it. So you can always
Right.
tell. That's an easy way to be able to test how much propane you've got left in your tank. But this is a way of making sure that you got your money's worth, because you are supposed to check the connection every time you screw in the valve, and I don't do that. I don't think
Yeah,
anybody
well,
does.
No, most people don't do that. So, but this is a great way to instantaneously know, do you have the proper seal? Do I have a leak? In my case, it was where the two metal pipes where it came in from outside of the house attached to the heater. They're what they call pipe dope is what they put
Yep.
on there to seal those metal threads.
Didn't put
There
enough?
wasn't enough on there. That's where it was leaking from. Simple fix, but hadn't we not, found it sooner, could have been a catastrophic problem. We don't
Yeah.
want that for anybody.
And natural gas and propane, they're lighter than air.
Right.
So they will always find the least point of resistance. And if there's a hole anywhere, it will escape. So
Yep.
neat
Yep, that's
little
for
piece
sure.
of equipment. It's just one of those, nice to have around. Nice to
Yeah.
be safe. Sean,
Yes, that's for sure. Peace
come
of
on
mind.
back next hour. We've got a whole hour where we're going to talk about Sunjoe power tools. We're going to make people's lives a little easier. And I know you don't think of power tools usually in the middle of the winter. It's the best time to buy
Now's the
them.
time.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So I'll see you in a few seconds. Thanks, man.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye. Stay with us. We've got more. You're watching QVC2.